everybody, welcome back to Let's Talk. This is me, Meera, and today we are going to take a look at few things that help you increase your vocabulary. Guys, yes, we're going to talk about some phrasal verbs today. What are phrasal verbs again? So phrasal verbs are nothing but verbs combined with different prepositions or adverbs which change the meaning of the basic verb completely and gives birth to something really interesting that you can use in your sentences and in your conversations. And I've always said this, guys, if you are someone who knows at least say 600 to 700 phrasal verbs, you would definitely be a fluent speaker in English. Well, today is one such day when we are going to increase our vocabulary with the base verb call. And as you can see, we have so many different phrasal verbs just by using one verb. And what is that verb? Call. Okay, so let's get started, you guys. Now, the first is call away. Call away, what does that mean? It means to ask someone to leave a certain place, okay, and ask that person to go somewhere or to come somewhere. So, call away means ask someone to leave a place. Okay, now for example, the doctor was called away because of an emergency. That means probably the doctor was at home asleep, okay, and he gets a call due to an emergency and he was asked to call away from his home. That means he was asked to leave his place and go to the hospital because of an emergency. Similarly, the soldier was called away because of a war situation or an emergency situation, right? To ask someone to leave a place. See how a simple verb call combined with the word away can change the meaning completely and can make you even more expressive. Now that's what is interesting about phrasal verbs. Let's take a look at the next one. Called after. It actually means to give someone somebody's name. That means to give someone the name of someone. Okay, for example, the new baby girl was called after her grandmother. Like I said, usually when people use their family members' names, you can use this phrasal verb in the sentence. Like I said, the baby girl was called after her grandmother. Or Lily, what a pretty name. She has been named or she has been called after her grandmother. That's how you can use it in a sentence. Let's move forward and check what's our next phrasal verb. Next, we have call upon. That means you must have heard this quite often when it comes to speeches and people trying to formally invite someone for something, right? Familiar? Well, if it is familiar or if it's not, hear this out. Call upon means simply formally asking a person to invite someone formally, okay? So call upon means formally asking someone to do something, okay? Not inviting particularly, but to do something, right? For example, Jerry was called upon stage to give a speech or a word of thanks, right? So that means it was a formal situation. It could be an office environment or something that requires the language to be more formal. So call someone upon means to invite someone or asking someone to do something with a lot of grace, okay? So let me call upon your favorite actor or teacher or trainer to give a few words or a word of thanks or a thank you, yeah? Well, moving on, we have call off. I think this one is pretty common. What does that mean? Right? Did you guess it? Okay. So to call off means to just cancel an event or cancel a plan. Okay? Or plan or activity. Okay? So they called off the wedding. That means they cancelled the wedding. They cancelled the event or the plan. They called off the trip, or the trip has been called off because of a certain problem or a certain situation, an emergency situation. That means to cancel a plan. So if you want to cancel, if you want to say that the plan has been cancelled or the event has been cancelled, you want to say it in a much gracious way and a little more smooth, then you will use the phrasal verb call off. Okay, guys, let's move forward. We have call out. Call out. Our teachers call out our names, our parents call out our names, we call out for someone. Well, I've said it so many times now. Can you guess what it means? To call out means to shout out someone's name or to speak out, not someone's name, but something, okay? To shout out or to speak out. Okay, we were calling out for your name, but you couldn't hear us. That means probably it was a bustling area. Nobody could hear each other's voices. You were trying to call out for your friend's name, but he couldn't hear you and he missed you. Okay, so another example. We saw you the other day across the road. We tried to call out for your name, but you were pretty busy. You couldn't hear us. Yeah? Okay, guys, I hope you have understood call out. That one was pretty easy. Moving on to call for something. Now, in this case, you guys, call for means to demand for something or a certain action or to deserve something, okay? To call for means to demand for something or to deserve something. For example, our sales this year calls for a celebration. Our sales rate this year calls for a celebration. That means you deserve, you did something well, you're proud of it, and you're saying that you deserve a holiday or a celebration, right? Your victory calls for a celebration or calls for a toast. That means you have done certain actions. It definitely demands for a party or a holiday or a general celebration, okay? So if at all you have any words or any situations when you want to say that whatever someone has done, it deserves or demands for an action or particularly deserves a party or something, you can say calls for. Okay, for example, it's the last day of our graduation. This calls for a party, okay? Moving on, call up. Something that we do quite often every day, right? So to call up means to simply call someone, okay? To ring someone. I called up Tom today. He said he cannot make it. That's why we are calling off the plan, right? So I called up Tom. He said he was busy, so we're canceling the plan. Call up someone. Whereas call in means to call somewhere, like an office, right? So, or a hotel. So, to ring somewhere. To call in. She called in sick today. That means my colleague or my friend called in the office and said because she is unwell, she won't be able to make it. So she did not specifically call me, but she called the office. That's why you use call in. For another example, let me call in the hotel and check if we can reserve a table or 2 seats, right? So call in a hotel, but call up the manager in particular. You got the difference, guys? Call someone versus call somewhere. Perfect. Moving on, we have call back. It's as simple as it sounds. That means to return a phone call. Return a call. Hey, I'm busy right now. Let me call you back after a while. Yeah, that means to return a call. Now that one was simple. I understand that all of these were phrasal verbs, but I have another phrase over here that I've got for you separately. And I know it's not a phrasal verb, but I thought they should be a part of this. Why not? Take a call. And this particularly means to take a decision or to make a decision. Okay, take a call means making or make a decision. All right. Probably you are confused if you want to go out for dinner or not, or go out or not, and you're confused. And you can tell your friend if that you're in a confused state of mind that, hey, let me take a call on this later and tell you or inform you later about it. That means you would make a decision and call that person later. Or you got a job, but you're not sure if you want to take up the job or accept the job or not. So you can tell your parents that I'm actually in the middle of my decision. I will take a call very soon. That means you will make a decision very soon, right? Okay, so that's all for I have with the verb call. I'm sure that if you start using these phrasal verbs, your English is going to sound so much more fluent, you guys. So make sure that you're using these in your sentences, okay? That's all for the day, guys. I will be back very soon with another lesson, another topic that interests you and helps you, okay? Until then, keep smiling, keep practicing. Spread a lot of love. This is me, Meera, signing off, you guys. Bye.